Hi, welcome to the Market Alert for Tuesday, the 30th of June 2019. So, the news really isn't the stock market, it's the new fresh lows for the pound as Boris Johnson heads to Wales. So, yesterday we've seen the pound break to the downside, and I was talking about this before when Theresa May was Prime Minister, that the pound was being supported, but now there's a likelihood that we could leave with no deal. The pound has moved to the downside, and this is going to dominate now. But sometimes it's worth just looking back and getting some perspective on the propaganda, and I'll show you this by looking at this long-term chart of the pound. This one goes all the way back to I don't know, the year dot, right back to the 70s, in fact the 60s. So we can see all the way back to 1985 here, when the pound, just click on that, get the right one, was at 103 back in 1985. So all of the hysteria that you're seeing in the news, you can see there that it's not a big deal. We've been down there before, and currently at, if we just get the current price for you. There we go. Down at 121, where you can see here that we've been down to 103 in 1985. So quite a bit to go yet, and keeping some sort of perspective. But the idea, of course, is that the more that the project fear for no deal is put out, then if we get another people's vote, then that way, with all of this in the background, to get the pound back up will be a useful tool in the arsenal of doing this. So we'll see. Like I say, don't really do politics, but that would be my take on what's happening there. But again, I always like to come back, have a look at monthly charts. Monthly charts show you exactly what's going on. And you can see there all the way back to 1985. The pound to the dollar was 103. So nothing to be too concerned about at this time, as far as I can see. We've been there before. So let's have a look and see how the pound played out on the intraday. You can see there we had three sell signals, the market moving lower there, below the 200 bar, and all of the averages there just picking up a bit in the overnight, finding a bit of support, but has since moved lower. Again, the biggest thing really to be focused on is what the stock market's going to do tomorrow. And yesterday we had bonds and bullion bid, but stock sliders, firm/earnings outlook. So let's have a look at the Dow. We're stuck in this sideways range, which you can see here, and no surprise because they're waiting for the Fed's decision, which will be out tomorrow. And then on the intraday, we just had the one signal. The market traded, came back, tested the 50 bar moving average, and then moved higher, and then 76% retracement, and then just made its way back. There's no movement, as I said in yesterday's Market Alert. You might as well sit on your hands and wait until they've made their decision tomorrow, and that should shake the market up, which will be good to have out of the way, because this has been going on for too long now, sitting around waiting for the Fed's decision on interest rates. And meanwhile, on the implied volatility, this up only slightly, as you'll see here, up 11.43 from 11.18. Bit of concern in the market, just in case they don't reduce rates tomorrow evening. We'll send the implied up to the upside, and the Dow prices to the downside. And then finally, Bitcoin isn't doing a lot. We've got into a sideways move, as I spoke about on Friday and yesterday. You can see now it's becoming very quiet again. It's one of those cases of just sit on your hands, because it's very much sideways with those spikes. We need those spikes to go. Otherwise you're just going to be whipsawed in the actual trade. But a good run, but at the moment there's some whippy bars around there. Not very nice at all, where people are coming into the markets and then just offloading or buying huge amounts of futures contracts and moving prices. I don't know whether it's anything to do with the Fed news. I suspect not, but just interesting that it's also become quiet at the same time there as well. So yeah, that's about it really. There's not a lot else to report. Deutsche Bank is holding its own at the moment as well. That's still above the 200 bar moving average, which you can see here, sideways to lower, still sitting at the 783 level at the moment. So yeah, nothing to report there either. But of course, when it's all quiet, that's the time to worry, because something will happen to change the status quo. Okay, that will do it for this one. As ever, thanks for watching. See you in the next one.